Who are you?
Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel standing by.
Are you the Warrant Sentinel?
Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel, designed as a personal escort of the child of the house and a means of communicating with the rogue trader's subjects. Mobile unit standing by. Voxcast frequencies disrupted. Initiating setup.
Voxmaster, restore communication with the navigator's sanctum. I am trying to contact the bridge. If anyone can hear me on this frequency, regroup all available forces and head to the upper decks at once. I repeat, regroup all available forces and head...
Communication protocols breached. Signal latency assessment unavailable. Unable to establish two-way connection.
No, I need a weapon.
Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations. Middle and upper decks. Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units. Calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing the received order immediately after the safety of the warrant is secured.
All right. As the game story unfolds, you'll see notifications on the top of the screen indicating the status of current objectives that have been updated, and that new information has been added to your journal. You can open the journal by pressing J or clicking the left mouse button. The rumors and contract sections also, you will learn more about them later. It says, old injury, an injury that wasn't healed in time.
Let's see this through.
I need to seal it. Abelard!
Master! Whatever are you doing in the Warrant Chamber? How did you... Throne preserve me! What is the meaning of this?
What?
Oh, holy God, Emperor! I presume he is the one responsible for the mutiny. Bandmaster, I wish to remind you that you are to refer to the Lord Captain as Lady Theodora. Saints' blood! And it is small wonder that the heretics are so well organized. I thought his order to seal the passages between decks was his attempt to stop the attackers from spreading to other levels. But now I see the real reason. It was to stop the enforcers from intervening. At least you are alive, and now safe, Master. Alas, I doubt we can afford to look for a compartment to sit out this disaster.
Fair.
You're in
Yeah.
I have a Medicaid kit with me.
While fighting, character can lose some of their wounds. Your character has suffered an injury after being attacked by Kunrad. This happens when a character receives damage that exceeds 50% of their maximum wounds within one round. The exact percentage of wounds of the character must lose for this to happen may vary depending on the difficulty of the game you choose. Injuries reduce the character's resolve, which is how efficiently and for how long they can fight in battle, okay? When the character initially suffers an injury, it is considered a fresh injury during the first 3 rounds. Once 3 rounds have passed, the fresh injury becomes an old injury. Fresh injury can be healed using a medikit without any skill tests. Old injuries must be healed with a medikit, but they require the character administering the treatment to pass a medikit skill check. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, first of all, I got a weapon. Okay, so Abelard, Use that
Let's
on
make
him.
sure. That is a noticeable improvement.
Ah,
Now you're prepared for the trials ahead. The lower decks are teeming with heretics, instigating the rabble to revolt. But that is the least of our problems. The ship's enforcers are rounding up the scoundrels and suppressing the resistance. The situation on the middle decks is much worse, although strike teams have already been dispatched there. All communication with the bridge and the engineering bay was lost. So, apart from scattered voxcasts, we have no information to go on. But that is not the worst of it all. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming. These are signs that the navigator and the master helmsman are having difficulty translating the ship out of the warp and into real space. I fear that they may have already lost control. We must reach the navigator's sanctum and get a handle on the situation. If we can manage that, some aboard this vessel may
that's
yet
cool.
survive.
I know you could hover over him. There's only the Emperor, and he is our shield. Blade's axe has gone wrong.
I am no helmsman. Oh, God Emperor preserve me, navigator. However, I have spent my entire life aboard void ships equipped with warp drives, and I know that portents such as these do not bode well. It could be that the Geller field has faltered. Perhaps the navigator was struck down by warp corruption and is fighting for the last shreds of his humanity as we speak. If we get thrown off course, we will be forever lost in the war. Naturally, we would likely not have long to live in that scenario. But I will not resign myself to such an outcome just yet.
How did you find me?
You sent me a Vox message. Specifically, a Vox cast on the officer's frequency, which I had the good fortune to receive. You mean to say you did no such thing?
I think a Warrant Sentinel may have sent that message.
Warrant Sentinel? The Lord Captain barely ever ventures down to the chamber, and I was at her side only once or twice when she did. And I did not see anything of the sort. The Warrant Chamber is an ancient and rather sacred mechanism that the ship's tech priests treat with the utmost reverence. I assume that whatever it is that you did, you must have activated certain processes and caused the Sentinel to awaken. But then, why did none of it happen when Lady Theodora did the same?
What can we expect when we find the Navigator's
During
Sanctum?
warp transit, the Sanctum is closed to all who are not involved in traversing the Imperium. And for good reason. For the Navigator to open their third eye and perceive the way, the Sanctum must be bathed in the energies of the Immaterium. Only a Navigator can withstand such an ordeal. For the rest of us, any contact with the warp is fraught with perils such as loss of sanity, spontaneous mutations, and death.
I heard one of Theodora's
Lady
thoughts.
Theodora's. Which one? The last one I received was about the Navigator's Sanctum, and that was a good while ago. In any case, let us hope that the Lord Captain is well, and safely in charge of the ship's defense. In the meantime, we must do all we can to prevent the ship from veering off course.
You lead the way?
Absolutely. Let us proceed.
To arms, loyal sons and daughters of the God Emperor! Fight the heresy and corruption that threatens to consume our home, and with all your might, destroy those who have dared!
The Lord Captain is calling her crew to battle, which means the Vox networks are set up for broadcast transmission, not message exchange. Splendid. While the rogue trader inspires proper resolve to fight in her subjects, you and I shall prove that her trust in us is...
Onward! Scratch that! There's a lot of people.
Looks like we have a problem on our hands.
Ah! Tactical phase. There. Oh, Abelard, you can go there. You, Sniper, can go up there. Your new companion is a warrior. Abelard specializes in melee combat and drawing the enemy's attacks. Charges a unique ability that only works when they're using a melee weapon and is not considered an attack action. Use charge to close the distance and deal damage. Click the icon. Abelard will attack with them and still be able to use an attack action. Note that charge can only be used as 2 or more cells away. Right. So if I do charge,
Victory is imminent. Indeed. At your beck and call.
combat abilities of characters differ depending on their archetype. Available abilities are located in the bottom right of the screen on the abilities. To read the full description, hover your cursor over, right click on it. Before the ability is used, you will get to review its estimated outcome while hovering your cursor over a character or an area of your choosing. You will see the ability's area of effect. Character will gain new abilities and talents. Okay.
Let's set this in motion. A costly mistake.
Kaboom! Ah.
Death to non-believers.
Ha! Yep, I knew that. Ha! Barry.
Out of my way.
Let's do it. Ah. Oof. What's this? Cleave. So.
I will do my duty. The more the better.
Yeah, that's what I like.
I know what to do. That's how it's done.
Boom. Ow.
Brace yourself, Amalard.
And goodbye. You advance the level of your character's companions, prevailing in battles, exploring the Koronus Expanse, and completing quests earn you experience points. Once you have accumulated enough experience, your character gains a level. Click on the arrow symbols on the character's portrait to open up the level up screen. Each level gained offers your character new progression options, which includes new abilities, talents, skill improvements, and other enhancements, even if they are not included in your...
Marching ahead.
Well. Yeah. Cool. All right, so go here. How does that? It doesn't change anything for him to double up. Cool. All right, level up. Choose a skill. Logic. Yeah. Oh, that's it. That's unfortunate. Yeah, no, we'll do toughness. Yeah.
Stay sharp.
All right, what kind of formation we got going here? Auto optimized. All right. Let's do it.
Venture forth.
The navigator's sector is directly along the passageway. I pray to the god.
Okay.
And so, he will enter the halls of the blinded guide and witness the radiance of the final dawn through the cracks and fall victim to a whim of fate.
Okay.
Master, watch your head.
Okay. Oof.
Idira, would it be too much to ask that you phrase your soothsayings plainly for once? That was too close.
Sorry, old man. The voices are so loud I can't even hear myself. They shriek, they sing, they... Oh, Abelard, how they sing!
This is Idira Tlas, personal psyker and diviner of Her Ladyship Theodora von Valencius. Idira?
I'm not drunk, old man. I'm suffering the effects of the warp that is seeping through these walls. I see the ship's fate. To die in the waves of the Imperium, fall under the burning rays of the final dawn. And in the roaring blaze, I see a figure standing. Who is it? I have no answer.
The entity in your consciousness shrieks and crawls in deeper. It claws scraping against the walls of your mind as if the presence is trying to hide from the seer standing before you.
The voices from beyond the threshold whisper to me. Sometimes their murmurs are clear, they grant insight. Sometimes they drive me mad. But I am patient. I know how to listen and discern. But now, with this clamor around me, too many voices, too loud.
Okay.
And you are von Valencius, one of Lady Theodora's heirs. Well then, we finally meet.
We do.
Officer's frequency. To all who can hear me, those with a weapon in their hands are to gather on the officer's deck at once. I repeat, gather on the officer's deck at once and prepare to launch a counterattack.
That's Edelthrat. Oh, Emperor's Providence. The other heir lives at...
Not so fast, old man. If we drown in the warp, Lady Theodora's heirs won't be any good to us. If Edelthrat's like me and hasn't yet surrendered his mind or body to the mercy of the warp, then he can still hold on a little longer without us.
Blast it. You're right.
What? You think Lady Theodora didn't ask me to peek into the darkness behind the backs of those she sees as her prospective heirs? I have seen you. I have seen the footsteps of your past and the wounds of your heart.
You flinch at the seer's words. No doubt she is referring to the nightmares, the tortures inflicted upon your body and mind. Your muscles contract involuntarily, as if steeling themselves once more for the...
The whispers called me. The ones I could make out among all the screams and screeches. Those who are rocking this boat hit us where it hurt. They went after the navigator, our guide through the warp. Other whispers called me to the engineerium, but it was too late. I heard the cry of our master cog, and the silence that followed.
The voice acting in this is so good.
You don't mean the engine seer prime is...
Said, without a doubt. And the voices wail, heralding countless nightmares, cackling at each soul among the hundreds that are now joining the warp. The shriek from the Navigator's sanctum was louder than the rest. And it's better that we saved the Navigator than some lever puller from a cooling module or a cook from the middle decks. Oh no. No, 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 no. Nothing is well about him. Can't you feel the chill crawling on your skin? The eyes watching you? The warp ice has already encased the bulkheads. What follows is calamity.
That's not good.
But we're not just going to stand here and take it, are we? The state of things in here suggests there's a navigator around. Maybe one who's crippled or at death's door, but still kicking. And since our skin hasn't peeled off our faces just yet, his third eye must be closed. At worst, it's a little roughed up. So what are we moping around for? Let's go protect that noble mutant while we're still alive.
Adira has joined your party, which now consists of several characters. Select one character, left click, hold and drag a box. Okay. Select all. Cool.